I'll come back to a few of those points in a moment, but the new alliance structure for container shipping, obviously MSC is going it alone, and now it's going to have all these hub ports. Maersk and Hapag are promising improvements to service levels via Gemini, and they've got their own hub ports, although they seem to be ducking under that 90% according to the latest report. What do you think of these offerings from those carriers and from the other major carriers? Are you impressed by them?
Well, I think it's going to take some time to show whether or not they can really show a different service level to go along with their different philosophies and strategy. Obviously, the world itself is not making it easy for them, given the fact that we've seen so many disruptions and the Suez Canal continues to be, off the grid and unlikely to be opened anytime soon for regular container traffic. I think it depends on who, the Gemini is obviously the big elephant in the room. They have decided to use a strategy that is very different from anything we've ever seen. The whole idea of the hub and spoke, looking more like an airline than what we're accustomed to in ocean shipping. Um, I think the world economic situation is going to challenge their goals, the discipline and the management of how they'll handle the feeder operations, along with the larger vessels they're going to move on the main ports they service. It's going to be more important for them to be really tight on how they're managing that to because, as we all know, the schedule reliability is still very, very low in the industry overall. And I think to me, it would be highly unlikely that they would achieve those numbers anytime soon, just given what I'm sure we're going to get into, the possibility of volumes declining and everything else. So, the Ocean Alliance is sort of, I think, banking on the fact that they're the most stable. They look the same. Nothing is all that different other than, CMA is obviously now soon to pass Maersk as the second largest vessel operator, which was always coming. It was just a matter of, when those ships actually came online. Premier is going to be interesting because O&E was extremely forwarder friendly last year, probably the friendliest to most of, for a larger a Yang Ming and one of the more niche kind of carriers. For one of the larger carriers, they were very conducive to working with the forwarders the way that we like to be worked with, giving us a fair amount of NAC business compared to FAK. They may change their tune, but with the expectation that I have of possible volume declines, I don't think so. I think they're going to remain a good, solid option for a lot of the NVOs to rely on. They're boosting a lot of their services. They did very, very well out of the Trans-Pacific last year, and I expect them to continue to look at growing that. And MSC, I mean, they're the biggest and the baddest now. I mean, they're situated to, I think, do very well at handling the global business all by themselves, along with the terminal operations. And depending on the market conditions, they may be challenging to work with just because of their size. They sort of demand to be treated as they are, which is the biggest carrier in the world, and they expect some respect for that.